Okay, so we are live. Hello everyone. Welcome to Minecraft in a Nutshell, a Minecraft podcast where my friend and we talk about Minecraft basically. I guess we'll start off what we have been doing in Minecraft recently. How about you go first?
Uh, well, recently in Minecraft, I've been playing not normal Minecraft. I've been playing some modded Minecraft. Well, we wait until next week until we reset our server.
Okay. Is that all?
Pretty much, yeah. Other than playing Minecraft, I played a few other games, but that's not what this podcast is about, so.
Okay. I've basically just been doing some nitty gritty stuff in my own personal survival world where I built like one of those concrete powder converter things where you put the concrete in and it mixes with water to make like it into concrete, and I've been just looking for netherite and stuff like that.
Alright.
Have you heard about the most recent snapshot where they added those new caves? I forgot what they're called, the vine cave thingies.
Yes, I'm kind of sad to say that they did not put in the cave generation yet. I really wish they did. That way, on my snapshot survival world, I could explore those caves.
Yeah, I've been waiting for them to add those because I usually don't like play on snapshots because personally for me I don't want like my world to get deleted since they're kind of unstable, but um yeah, I've been waiting for them to implement the big caves because I've been really wanting to, like, I'll probably just open a creative world and I'll just explore them. I may even start a snapshot survival world because the caves that they showed at Minecon, those were like, or Minecraft Live, I should say. Those were kind of cool. So, yeah, I've been waiting for them.
Yeah.
Been waiting for them to get into the game. So, uh,
Well, I guess you want to start with our upload schedule, or?
oh yeah. So, yeah, we'll do our recording at usually 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. I will probably, I don't know, take a few minutes or an hour or two to edit it. Get all the times that we just go out of it, and yeah, and then I'll upload it to YouTube, and then we'll see how it goes. Hmm.
Well, I guess. Where is the file?
For what?
Project. Geocode saves. Okay. So on our server, what I said before, we were resetting it.
Yeah.
I'm counting them in seasons. So at the moment, I don't have a Geocard Season 1 save because I didn't make one at the time. Season 2, I do have a save, so if anyone wants to check that out, if it's possible, we might link it.
Yeah, I
Don't
can,
quote us on that.
yeah, I can probably do a Google Drive link and then just, yeah, I can probably add that.
Alright. I also have a few generations of my texture pack, but those aren't getting released until I'm done with them, which I'm not yet, so.
Okay, well, I actually, like, probably last week sometime, I started working on my own texture pack, and I plan on making it like some combined textures of like pre 1.14 and post 1.14, since 1.14 was also the texture update. So,
Mm-hmm.
probably yeah, like some old textures I like and some new textures I'm like. I'm probably gonna put them together into one texture pack so that it can so I can look at some of the old textures and new textures.
Ah. I don't know, I kind of just find textures that look cool and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Plop. We'll see if it actually works or if it interacts with something else that is in there and breaks it.
Yeah.
At the moment, that's how I'm going, but pretty soon I'm going to start actually creating my own textures, which is going to be a completely new adventure.
Yeah, sometimes I like creating my own textures, but sometimes I just run out inspiration for like what to create, pretty much.
Oh, that when I run out of creation for anything, I just look on Google Images for stuff. I'm like, oh, how am I going to make this mob farm? Let me just look on Google Images because they always have cool stuff.
Well, yeah, the Minecraft community is huge. Millions of people across the planet, including us.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you a question. What do you think? What did you think? Like, cause I know you've been playing Minecraft for a long time. Um,
Yeah.
what did you think when they announced that like they're gonna do a texture update? Did you like the new like when they first released the first texture pack of the new textures? Did you think they looked good?
I did at the time. My favorite was when they turned the potatoes into an actual baked potato instead of just a brain.
Oh
That has to
yeah,
be my favorite
yeah.
because that would always drive me crazy. I'm like, "Oh, let me go in my chest and grab out my cooked brains."
Yeah, cause I sometimes watch videos that were made in like pre 1.14, and I've looked at the potato. I'm just like, that was actually a thing. Like people actually
Yep.
accepted that this was a thing. So yeah, I just
Sadly,
found that
yes.
strange. Yeah. So yeah, like the like if since I'm making that resource pack, I will not be adding the old glass texture. That was not glass. It was like so difficult to see
No,
at
that was oh, you want to use glass? Ha, psych. We didn't add that yet.
Yeah, we added this thing called glass, but it doesn't look like glass.
Nah, it wasn't glass. That was just I don't know what to call that. I think it was actually just cooked sand.
Yeah, with those, it had way too many like of those reflection lines. There's just way too much of them.
Oh yeah, you couldn't see through it at all. If you wanted to see through it, Minecraft just said no.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to.
yeah. Now I made it.
Glass is not meant to be seen through. It's just meant to annoy people.
Yeah.
And if that was their goal, then they did a good job because it would drive me crazy and I went on a huge binge for like 3 days trying to find a texture pack that actually looked good for glass.
Yeah, cause, yeah, cause sometimes when I'm out there looking for texture packs that like I need for stuff, I just can't find anything. Like I've been looking for brighter Nether texture packs because where my computer is situated, it's like right next to the window, so sometimes there's glare coming in from there. And like
Yeah.
I've been raiding another fortress in my survival world, and I have to keep continually placing torches down. And I really wish Optifine would work for my computer because then I could use the Optifine torch. But unfortunately, it doesn't.
Oh, I have a beefier graphics card, so I don't have an issue with that, but Optifine seems to be a big issue for a lot of people. Like they're like, "Oh, I'm going to use Optifine to make my world better." And pretty much your computer just says, "Ha, psych." The basic specs on when you first bought this, nah, you have to waste money on a better thing, which most people aren't going to do. I wish they would just implement it into the game itself normally.
Yeah. So I've been using sodium because that's like an alternative to Optifine, and I mean it does not slow down my game or lag it out, which I appreciate it. But also, I haven't just really been seeing that many improvements. I don't know if that's like because I really wish they included the Optifine torch with that with sodium, but
I only have one problem with Optifine Torch though. When you're going caving and you're like strip mining,
yeah,
you cannot figure out if it's bright or dark until you take the torch out of your offhand and you just like scroll off of it. Then you're like, oh, it's pitch black in here. Gotta place some torches.
yeah. That's the only
Otherwise,
problem.
you have to count like, oh, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go mine out 7 blocks and place a torch on the 7th.
Yeah,
I don't know.
for me personally, the only place that I would use Optifine torch is in the Nether because in the Nether, like if I'm mining for Netherite or raiding a Nether fortress, it is really dark, so I have to place down the torches. And since like hostile mobs don't like naturally spawn when you're in the tunnels looking for Netherite, the Optifine torch would be really useful then because you don't have to place down any torches.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
anything else you want to discuss?
let me think here. I had a list of stuff, but it disappeared on me, so that's what I get for writing it down instead of putting it in a document.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Let's see.
You want to know a fact about my mod pack thing that I'm playing on right now?
Sure.
Because I'm doing it as we do this. That way I have fresh stuff in my mind to talk about. For some reason, I'm going to go down to my mine. Now I'm just going to run. There's something... I use a mod called Gobber 2. And there's this ore that literally drops bread. It's called Gooey Bread.
Ew.
And that does not sound too... it doesn't sound too fun to eat.
Yeah, that does not sound appetizing at all. Ugh.
It just sounds disgusting. Like, why would you eat that?
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered something. So when I was watching Minecon on October 3rd of 2020, um
Yeah.
since I did not have Twitter, I actually asked my dad because he has Twitter to vote for those mobs, and I voted
Yeah.
for that yellow cow. Was it the Moo Bloom? Because I think it looked nice.
The Moobloom. I honestly, I went for the winning vote, honestly. I was like, oh, glow squid, maybe we'll get something cool from it, and we did. Already in the new snapshot, if you find and kill a glow squid, which you can't at the moment,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, they give you those
thanks,
glow ink
Creeper.
sacks, which you can combine with
Yeah,
item
and you can
frames.
use that to make, like, a glow item frame, which is awesome. Because if you have, like, a dark textured thing in an item frame, you can easily see it.
Yeah, yeah. That you're right. Yeah, but at the time I was thinking about the glow squid, like, because this was before the snapshots started getting released. I'm like, how is this like? How do I put this? Useful, because back then I thought the glow squid just like did not have any use whatsoever. Because I'm like, it's a
And it was just like a variant of squid or something.
yeah, and I was because my dad kept reloading the page every few minutes to see like what the mob vote was, and
Yeah.
I actually saw people on Twitter they're like, how is the glow squid winning? What does it add to the game? And now
A
that I think
lot.
about it, well, yeah, this was before I actually deeply thought about it, and
Yeah.
I was really bummed out about the Moo Bloom because that got knocked out on the first round, which
The Moobloom, I was like, it's a cool thing, but like, what's it gonna drop? Like 3 beef and a sunflower?
Oh yeah, well yeah, I guess you're right. We already have two other variants of cows, red mushroom and a brown mushroom. Which I mean they are cool, I think.
Do you mean mushroom and cow?
Well, I know you don't look at the patch notes, but um I saw in 1.14 because for some reason I like reading patch notes of past updates. Um if a mushroom gets struck by lightning, it's a red mushroom
Becomes a
gets
brown mushroom. I did hear about that, but I completely forgot about it.
yeah. And then if you give it a flower, you can milk it and get mushroom stew. Um,
Yeah, that's just. I thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, why? I
yeah,
remember seeing one actually. Now that I think of it, because I had this hardcore world I was just grinding out on, and I remember seeing like this brown like cow mushroom thingy, and I'm like, huh, this is interesting. Why is it here?
yeah. Like, I mean, it could be a renewable source of food, but since I hope in one of the combat snapshots that Jeb is working on, I really hope that they make stackable like soups and stews, because that could be a big time saver. Because then that would be a renewable food farm. That would be like if you had a flower farm, and and you had a bunch of wood, that could be like a pretty good food farm because stews and soups can fill up your hunger pretty fast, and as far as I know, they have a decent saturation.
Yeah, they tend to. Um,
Although if that
I mean,
happens, I don't see them getting overshadowed by golden carrots because those are the best saturated food item in the game.
you know what I was talking about my hardcore world? I died in a really sad way that I never thought I'd die.
How did you
Um,
die?
I was breeding chickens.
Yeah.
Of all things, chickens, because I'm like, oh, food source, eggs, sounds good. So I was breeding my chickens. I bred them, and then I'm like, okay, well, now that they're all bred, I should probably go in and kill some of them to get some food. So I jumped in the chicken pen, and I got killed by entity cramming.
Oh, oh
I
my
had so many
gosh.
chickens that they were dying in front of my eyes, and I didn't realize. So I jumped into the pen. I jumped into the pen to get some chicken. And then
Yeah.
I get killed by entity cramming. And I was so done after that. Like, I was like, are you serious? Entity cramming. The one thing I didn't want to die to was entity cramming, and I died to it.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
I must
And
admit.
I've never died to entity cramming. I just never have. So that uh well, I guess I think I did die once to entity cramming. I fell into a trap where there was just mine carts, and all the mine carts just entity crammed me because there was like 20 mine carts on this one rail, and I got like knocked into a trap. Like you see Dream's video where he does this same trap, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, except I was running and I saw it. I blocked it up. I ran across. This dude had like an efficiency 5 pickaxe or something. Mined the block, hit me with like KB2, and just knocked me right into that trap. And you
Yeah.
can't escape it. You can't you can't break all the minecarts in time to live.
Yeah, it seems like entity cramming has been the death of a lot of people.
Yeah. It sucks because like no one wants to die to entity cramming. Like if you were to die to like a golden zombie or something, like okay, it sucks, but it's better than dying to entity cramming.
Yeah, I
It
know.
just happens. You can't stop it. It's the most annoying thing ever, though.
Yeah, dying to entity cramming, that just Like that, like if you said to somebody, "I died in a hardcore world," they're like, and they would probably either expect your elytra broke, you fell in midair, you died in lava or something like that. But usually, a lot of people, it's not entity cramming. It's usually one of those more popular things.
Yeah, tends to be, but I got unlucky, so.
Yeah. Because, I mean, well, with those minecarts, aren't they just one hit with like a sword?
Yeah, but you can only destroy one of them at a time. That's the only problem with them.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, I would have no problem with them. But no, you can only break one at a time. And that's what gets you killed. Because you can't break them in time.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to recall from one of my hardcore worlds what happened, but my mind is drawing a blank. Yeah, one of them. I just like I was in like mid early game. I was mining for diamonds, so I'm mining, and I was really stupid because I didn't even have a water bucket with me. So
Oh no.
yeah, you can see where this is going. I mined the blocks, and then since I was like moving as I mined the blocks, I wasn't really like paying attention to what was below me.
Oh, so you just fell right in.
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
it does. Well, thankfully, I only lost like half an hour of game time, so I can imagine with you,
Yeah, but
you
half
lost
an hour is still like
hours.
a lot of time. I have lost literally days of work on hardcore worlds. And on normal worlds too. Like one time I had full netherite armor. I had everything like decked out. I
Yeah,
walk and I like fall in this pit of lava. And netherite armor isn't supposed to die to lava. It didn't. What happened then? What happened then was me testing out. The reason I died was because I was testing out well, I was trying to test out like breaking bedrock, and I was doing it in the overworld, right?
yeah,
I don't know if you can tell where this is going. I don't know if you can, but it's going somewhere that's very sad. So I decided, we're gonna try it on the overworld. So I broke a thing of bedrock, and I'm like, oh, cool, this works. I wonder if it'll work on a nether roof. So I started walking.
yeah,
I walked right over to a wall, started mining out because I couldn't find my way out of my like cave area.
yeah,
And then I walk into lava, and it's like this 3 deep thing of lava. So I like burn before I can get out, and I wasn't carrying fire resistance because I was dumb, and I died. And then I'm like, okay, that's fine. I go down to this cave with nothing but a water bucket. I water bucket all the stuff. I get my netherite armor back. I die again to a
but
zombie because I was on like 1 HP,
yeah,
and
but
I couldn't get to my food fast enough. So I die.
yeah,
And then
but
I come back. And there's this zombie with my netherite armor and my sword. Of all things, of course, it was my sword, like my fully decked out sword.
that sucks.
And he starts walking towards where I made this pit of emptiness.
You're like
And I'm like,
drawn.
oh, this is bad. Don't go this way.
Yeah.
Don't go this way. And then a skeleton starts shooting at me. So I bait the skeleton, and it hits the zombie right in front of the block, gets knocked right into the void. I lost my armor and sword
That
because of the
sucks.
stupid skeleton and a zombie.
That
It,
sucks.
yeah, every time I think of it, I'm like, why was that the way I had to lose? Like, days worth of progress. But then I didn't have my crazy good methods of finding netherite, so I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
so, huh. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about the Nether update because I know a bunch of people in the community, well, not a bunch of people, millions of people in the community were excited for the Nether update. But when I saw the stuff that they were adding, like piglins and hoglins and zoglins and all these weird named things. Because I mean, I welcome the new blocks because I think the blocks are beautiful. But
Oh, Blackstone's my favorite by far.
yeah. Well, basalt's probably my favorite. But anyway, like all these mobs, I am not really someone that really appreciated the Nether update because the Nether was already a scary place to begin with that I hated going to. Now with
I loved the Nether.
Well, yeah, because they added a bunch of new stuff.
No, I loved it ever since they added it, because I'm like, oh, this is pretty much just like heck.
Well, yeah, that's what
like,
it is.
Oh, cool. Cool. This is awesome. I loved exploring it, but I got bored after a while until they added the Nether update.
You know,
so.
Well, because, like, with all the new mobs, like, especially the Basalt Delta, because, because another fortress that's in my single-player world, it's, like, right in the middle of a Basalt Delta, so sometimes I just get jump-scared by all these Magma Cubes. Like, there's usually not any in the Nether Fortress, but, like, if I'm running along and all of a sudden I hear, like, their noise, I just start looking around me, because those things, I mean, I have, enchanted diamond armor at this point, but, and a netherite sword, but still, those things can do damage to you.
The Magma Cubes, though, I'm happy they're easier to find in, like, basalt stuff. Because I always had a problem finding Magma Cubes and finding Magma Cream. And I'm also happy that they added the thing where you can easily, very, very easily, get fire res potions from the, what do you call them? The trader boys. I don't know what to call them.
Wandering traders?
Can't think of their name. No.
Oh, piglins?
The Nether trade.
Piglins?
Yes. I was happy that they added that. It's much easier to find them.
Well, yeah, I do like that they that they added those things which you can trade with, but the thing I don't like about them is that when, like, you mine chests or gold, because, they made it, like, sound like as if it's the piglin's gold, which it's not, like, and they're just an inconvenience, because, like, you're going over, you're mining gold, like, you're raiding a bastion, you're opening chests. Don't even get me started on the piglin brutes. Those are just, ugh.
I hate those, honestly, though. I wish there was a water bucket and you could, like, place it down in the Nether. Yeah. Actually, you can do that in the 1.17 snapshots.
There's
a way to do it. Yes, it's a bug that I think they patched, but if you go into an older snapshot version, you can definitely find it.
Yeah, because the only way I know how to place water is through the cauldron way, but...
Yeah, but that doesn't even spawn the water.
Yeah, because once you break it...
The way you could do it was when they added the glow lichen. What you did is you placed that down, and then you placed water on top of it, and it would delete the lichen, but then the water would flow. So that's a tip for anyone who wants water in their Nether dimension.
Yeah, I just load up an old
which actually made it pretty easy. On my snapshot world, if you can go for like 5-6 chunks, and it's just water. I couldn't exactly get lichen, but I figured out another way.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah, you couldn't get lichen, but I know out of time there was another way. I forgot the way. I literally have it on a book in my hardcore world. I would go on there, but I'm playing on my modded survival thing right now, so I can't. Otherwise, I'd corrupt the world, so.
Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the piglins. Yeah, and their gold. Yeah, I just, like, because those piglins, if they gang up on you, they do way too much damage, in my opinion. And the hoglins, too.
Oh, like the piglin brutes. The hoglins I don't have a problem with. All I need is a fire aspect sword, and I just kind of get free food.
Yeah, well,
Piglins, I am not a fan of, like, the brutes. I like the
yeah,
other ones.
the piglin
The
brutes
ooh
are
shiny
useless.
quest is, like, the easiest one to get. You just don't wear gold, and you're just like, oh, here, have some gold.
Yeah, because that distracts them. But with the piglin brutes, those I wish those things never got added to the game. Curse Minecraft 1.16.2.
Yeah, that was just... I... Eh...
Yeah. Speaking of the
Well,
Nether update, I started a hardcore world in 1.16.3, but I deleted it a couple of months ago because it just wasn't my thing. And I mean, like, I think it had a mob spawning problem because I don't know if the mob cap was getting taken up by caves or something. I just could not find
probably
any
was.
animals. I had to wait for more than like 10 in-game days, and I only got 2 wool. I could not find any sheep or cows. Like,
Yeah.
it was just annoying.
I I had to go on an expedition in my world that I'm playing in right now. I had to go
Yeah.
on a huge expedition just to find sheep. And I went and I found one. So I bring that. I didn't have leads. I had a boat. So I just kind of brought it back over to my house and I built this like bridge and I'm like, "Okay, don't trample my crops and don't go in the water cuz I might lose you."
Did
It walks over the bridge, but then it jumps and it just tramples my carrot crops. And I'm like, no, and I kill it. And I'm like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. And then I had to go and find more sheep. Die, Enderman! Don't kill me, please. Ow. Um, but yeah, the problem is, I'm like, okay, don't trample my crops. Oh, you did anyway. Great, and I'm dead. Um, they trample my crops and I kill him and then I have to go on another expedition just to find him. Like just to find more. Ugh. And I hate accidentally like killing mobs. Like I have like a huge sheep farm now. I have like 60 sheep, but at the time it was such a pain to go and get wool, especially because I needed to make something that I had to make like 4 beds, one for myself, 3 for some like a modded item,
yeah.
and it was so annoying because I kept forgetting to make shears, so I had to kill them, and I didn't think of bringing them back at the time.
Yeah, mobs are
But now that I have like 60 sheep just in this tiny little like um 4 by 2 by 2 pit.
yeah, mobs are just a
Like
problem that we all have.
some of them.
Yeah, some mobs like cows and sheep you can find pretty easily, but hostile mobs in the Nether, which I'm gonna put it out there. I hate the Nether update because I mean, yes, it did add a bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
cool blocks, but the mobs I added just oh, I'm probably gonna get a bunch of hate in the comments.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's nitty-gritty done. Actually, I have to go
Oh,
spend time with my family. So I think if you want to keep going here, you can, but I have to go.
okay. Well, I was just thinking about ending the podcast, so thank you everybody for watching, and on this lovely February day, and with a bunch of snow, if if you're if you have snow. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for watching, and I guess we'll see you in the next episode. So yeah, goodbye.
Bye.